Hey everyone, it's Stephanie Bulcock.
And Jennifer Weaver, and we're here from the collective.
We were asked to come talk to you guys today about how we are pivoting to not only survive, but thrive in a changing market.
Absolutely. It's all about building trust in our brand from a distance. So we've all heard the word of the month has all been about pivoting, and we all have to pivot. So it's really about pivoting to keep yourself, your family, your clients safe. It's pivoting to keep your business moving forward virtually through your marketing. What's your messaging looking like? What's the strategy look like? And pivoting to make sure you've done all the right things so to come out of this quickly and successfully and driving a still strong business.
Yeah, the first and most scary part was that we had to take our business plan from the beginning of the year and throw it out the window. Gone. So Jen and I have spent a lot of time over the past couple months kind of tweaking everything and really kind of thinking about what this looks like for the next 30, 60, and 90 days.
Yep.
Taking a look at where we can tighten expenses, really developing our virtual offering. Our marketing plan has shifted so significantly over the past month. It's crazy.
Yep.
And then our communication strategy has been one of the biggest changes. Our messaging as far as how we're talking about it, and then our social strategies have changed too.
That's probably been one of our biggest changes is on the social media side for sure.
Yeah. We had to also just take a look at our business and think through, where does everything come from? We love open houses and we love getting face to face with people, but
It's been hard. Woo.
yeah, and we need to shift and evolve. So we've been thinking through what are some new prospecting methods we can do to add to our pipeline? How are we going to meet new people? So we've got some new ideas we put down on paper, and then we know that what you measure, you will improve. So we set some great goals for prospecting, nurturing, marketing, communication, transaction, and revenue goals. And then we're tracking those daily activities that are going to drive the business. Keep in mind, we have goals and we track all the time anyways, but it looks a little bit different right now.
Yep. But it's always remembering prospect, nurture, set appointments, and close.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Well, then the next piece too is really becoming a virtual agent. So this has been a big change as well. It's really about what does your workspace and your atmosphere look like, right? So making sure that you have a computer with a built-in camera, and that if you have a Zoom account, you need to have a Zoom account, and you need to understand how to work it because there's a lot of different settings throughout the Zoom as well. And you have the option to do the paid version for $14.99 a month, which gives you backgrounds and has some different options as well. And then really finding new ways to engage with your sphere virtually. I think when everyone was kind of put into that let's stay at home, it was like, oh, let's have happy hours, let's have, fun meetings. And that is absolutely what we should be doing. We have to connect. We have to find that way and find out if it's through FaceTime, if it's through Zoom, if it's through texting, if it's through email, find out what your way of engaging with your clients really, what is best for them is so important as well. Don't give up, keep working, get into a routine, time block. It's so important. Find your hours of power, just like you were doing before. And take this opportunity to learn. There's so many great Zoom calls that you can get on and really read and learn. Don't stop prospecting. We know that's so important. I know you just talked about it, Steph. Practice your scripts. Negotiations are extremely different right now as well. So you've got to really take that time before you even go into, if you have a buyer, find out what the sellers are really looking for more than ever now to be able to win that deal. Use this time to get your virtual systems in place. Really figuring out what your virtual playbook looks like. Taking care of yourself is so important as well. We kind of joke about, taking the meds. It's not prescription. It's really about meditation, exercising, dieting, and ultimately getting more sleep. And so important right now as well. And be of service. What can you do to help your tribe and your community? What are the things that are happening right now? Where are the restaurants that you can get to? Where that our necessity can help your clients. You're the resource we always have been, and now we need to be more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Shifting into listings, we have now this virtual listing presentation where we're able to do what we did face to face in a virtual environment. And, during that discussion, we really have to focus on that current state of the market, like as of today, since it's been rapidly changing and evolving. We talk about what essential business means and then deep dive into their specific situation to really understand if they need to list now or if it's more appropriate to wait.
Yep.
And then a big thing is just managing that expectation of what the new normal looks like. If you have sold 10 homes and this isn't your first rodeo, it's your first time where it looks like this and it looks and feels very different. So we need to make sure that we're explaining what that looks like from the pre-listing process all the way to the closing table.
And all with safety and care.
Yes. We have got to be virtual, like virtual tours, videos are so important. We need to be making sure that every listing has a virtual tour or a virtual showing capability. If you have a tour, pop it on MLS, pop it in the Today Studio. You can have a Zillow video walkthrough recorded and posted on Zillow. And then be sure to be directing buyers and agents to those resources as much as possible.
Yep. As the word truly, Steph, I think you're saying is that you need to be doing video. And I think that's
video.
Yes. Yep. Video. So if you haven't been doing video, this is the time to be doing it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So our company's put together some really great best practices surrounding how to be COVID safe, and we've all been looking at them. So these items on the screen are going to be no big shock to you guys, but here's what it is. It's all about setting expectations and communicating to everyone. So here's our showing guidelines that we've kind of adapted from the best practices we've seen across ReeceNichols, Heartland MLS, and NAR as well. So we are just making sure that we are over communicating this, whether it's in the show instructions in MLS,
and also agent to agent.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. So just make sure that if we do have to get out there and go show someone in person, that we are protecting our clients, the buyers, the sellers, ourselves, and the community.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like on the buying side. So what does the buying best practices look like? It's all about creating a virtual buyer's consultation. And we're really trying to hone in on these three things right now with buyers, that they need to be pre-approved before we can take them out. We need to have a consultation to really explain again what this process really looks like now. It's very different. We're not going to be on a tour of 20 homes. We're going to be on a tour of the very few best of the best homes that you're very interested in. And we have to be very selective because you cannot do showings at the same time. So really making them understand that it's got to be about time blocking. That's very important as well. And we want to have an exclusive agency signed up front right now. It's very important too that these are serious buyers, as well as discussing the current state of what the market is about, what's happening right now, and what essential business really means, as well as their specific situation. We know that people do always need, that they need a home, they need shelter, right? So there could be relocations, and we're working with quite a few relocations right now. There are leases that are expiring, and people had already put in their notices. So there are lots of people that are still needing our help, and that's what we're here for. Also determining whether they need to list now.
We're doing it in really like new and innovative ways, like virtual showings where they're not even there. Like we've done like lots of those this week. It's been really cool to have that ability to video them in.
Yep. And honestly, I met my first client this week, all virtually. Did not know her, and I am helping her buy a house that she is in Nebraska. So we can do it. It's totally a ton of fun, actually. So again, reviewing what the new normal process looks like, reviewing the showing guidelines with the buyers in advance, and really having them take a lot of time online to be able to preview those homes before we go to see it as well.
Absolutely. All right. So once we're under contract, again, same thing. Really, though, we got to minimize the people like at every single point in the process, videoing people in for readouts from the inspector, making sure that the buyers are following those mortgage do's and don'ts. And if by chance there is a change of circumstance or if they are laid off or furloughed, making sure that all parties are notified ASAP. It's all about communication, and then setting expectations again. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are so fortunate to be with a great company that has so many fantastic agents.
And we hope we've given you a few best practices. I know there's many more that everyone is doing, and we've loved hearing the stories from our co-op agents across the city of everything that everyone is doing. And we just hope that everyone continues to stay healthy, safe, and we look forward to having a really strong second quarter and being even more prepared.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.